Hey guys, Missy here from Edgebody Omaha, and today for our movement tip series, I am going to be talking about the hollow hold and the hollow rock. So the hollow hold is by far one of the best ab exercises you can do because it is helping you work on a good braced core position that will translate into any overhead movement you do, back squats even, a lot of different things, a lot of different applications. So this is truly one of the best ab exercises you can do in addition to things like planks and stuff like that, okay? So I'm gonna go through a couple tips today. Tip number one, we're gonna be talking about the upper body positioning in a hollow hold and how you can get your shoulder blades off the ground. Number two, we're gonna be talking about what your core needs to be doing, really pinching your ribs and your pelvis together. Then tip number three, what your legs are gonna do. So how to keep them straight and keep them elevated off the ground. Then tip number four is how you can take the hollow hold position and elevate it one step further by performing a hollow rock. All right, so like I said, this movement, the hollow hold, has great applications for so many other lifts we're doing, so it's a great thing to add to your routine, okay? It's definitely a lot more difficult than it looks, but I'm gonna break it down. So tip number one, what is our upper body doing? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay down to get position for this hollow rock, and I'm gonna keep my arms outstretched kind of by my ears overhead, and I wanna lift my shoulder blades up so I'm engaging the top part of my abs or my core. Then tip number two is really making sure that you're pinching your ribs and your pelvis together. So if you position your thumbs on your ribs and your index or middle finger and you find your hip bones, when you bridge up into that hollow hold position, your fingers should come closer together. So if they start out nice and straight, bridge and they should come closer together, so then you know that you're truly engaging to get that hollowed out position. So tip number three, we know what we're doing with our upper body. We know how to engage our core for this hollowed position. Next, we're gonna bring in the legs. So you really wanna keep your legs nice and straight, okay? Slightly elevated off the ground, and then paired with what we're doing with our upper body, that's gonna give us a nice kind of hollowed out boat-like position so that we can go into our hollow hold. This is what everything looks like together, okay? So arms overhead, I'm gonna lift my shoulder blades up, pinching my ribs and my pelvis, legs outstretched, and I'm gonna hold right here in this position for as long as I can, or a certain duration, like a minute, minute and a half, depending on what you're doing for your workout. So tip number four, okay? Hollow holds, hard enough. But once we've gotten to a point where we've strengthened that movement a little bit and we can hold, another variation that you can add to your routine is a hollow rock. So it's just gonna make it a little bit more difficult. So I'm gonna get into that hollow hold position we just talked about, and then I'm gonna rock back and forth. So hips up, shoulder blades, hips, shoulder blades. So I'm maintaining that hollowed position, squeezing my ribs and pelvis together the whole time, but I'm just rocking back and forth. So lower abs, pull those hips up, upper abs, pull those shoulder blades up, and if you notice, you don't have to do it big movements, it's just as long as you can get them off the ground. One full rock equals one rep. So here's some things you want to try not to do or work towards improving, okay? So in this hollow hold position, shoulder blades come up, we want that butt to come up. So we don't want to just move our legs back and forth, we also want to avoid looking like this, okay? Maybe hard to do at first, but that's something to kind of work to improve as you work on it. So like I said, definitely a move that is more difficult to do than it looks, but a great one to add into your exercise routine. So I hope that you are doing it, and it can be great to do at home because it doesn't require any equipment, okay? Thanks for tuning in to this movement tip series. More videos like this, join us on our blog, edgebodyomaha.com, or sign up for our newsletter, and I will be sending them out on a regular basis to help keep you strong, keep you safe, along with a lot of other fun stuff and some great info about what we do in class and our members. Thanks for tuning in, guys.